Hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
I'm Asha.
I'm Fanon.
This is Asha and Fanon. Welcome to our channel if you haven't been here, and welcome back to our channel. This episode we are covering Real Housewives of New Jersey, episode 6. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Yeah, just let us know what you think about these videos in the comments. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's just get into it.
Let's get into it. All right.
So we left off the last episode with Jennifer being very, very drunk and her husband driving her off. And first scene in this episode 6 is Jennifer admitting that she vomited everywhere. The car, which was a Ferrari, I believe.
Yeah.
And her foyer of her apartment. So yeah, so we get into that, and then we move on to Dolores' life.
Dolores living with her ex.
Yes, Mr. Frank, who is such a pig. And we get into Dolores' daughter coming home to visit because Dolores is receiving a reward for her charitable work.
Which is really cool.
Yeah. Her daughter comes home with like 7 dogs.
No, literally like 80,000 dogs,
Yeah.
which is what I wrote. I was like, But then it makes sense because her daughter is a veterinarian, or is like studying to be a veterinarian. That's a lot of dogs though. I feel like Dolores also has lots of dogs.
Yeah.
So just like that whole mixture, like, that's a lot of animals. We do love animals though.
Yeah, I feel like they were excited to see the dogs more than her daughter. Because there's like 7,000 of them, but yeah.
We do love doggies.
Yeah. And then I guess we move on to Teresa and how her life's going. So we get to see her children, and we get to see more of her relationship with her ex-husband Joe. Still looking like they have a good relationship, and she's getting into a business with her ex-husband.
Yes.
To support her daughters.
To support her daughters. Yeah. Joe Giudice is like sponsoring like a vibrator, like a sex toy company, so he gets them like for free. And I guess him and Teresa are like doing this together, which is like interesting, seeing how like it went really well when you guys were in business before, but this seems like more legit. So
yeah, marriage is technically a business. So
marriage is technically a business.
And then I guess we get into knowing about the divorce settlement too, which is good to know. I'm not sure what it was off the top of my head, but basically she gets the home, she gets everything because she took care of everything for 5 years. So I thought that was fair.
I think so too.
And I'm glad that he didn't take advantage of her, you know?
Yeah, I think honestly Joe loves his kids. And Joe probably doesn't want to see Teresa suffer because that'll make his kids suffer. And I just think that he cares more about his relationships with his kids than anything else. Which, good. You're not a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because you could be.
Yeah.
You don't live in this. You can't come back to this country. Like, you don't live here. But he's not. So I think that's really great.
Yeah. So Teresa's looking to plan a celebration of life for her father because he just passed at Jersey Shore. And we get to see Bravo do a flashback of like No in his life, and he looked like he loved his wife so much, just like what I remember.
Sweet. Yeah.
And like he was just like, I'm ready to go be with my wife. Like there were a lot of shots of him saying that, which was so heartbreaking because when he lost his wife, like it was really
hard
for him. And you really know that they're in love with each other, and it's sad. And honestly, like I was thinking about it, and like the timing of this all kind of like in the whole scope of things like was okay, you know, because like No passed, but Joe's back from prison, you know, like you know, it didn't happen all at the same, like she didn't lose all of her parents and didn't have
had her ex-husband leave too.
So I thought that was like okay. I mean, I don't know, I thought that was like interesting to note, but I don't know.
Teresa be going through a lot.
Yeah,
and
it's so sad.
Yeah, she's really strong.
So we move on to Dolores. She's receiving an award for her charitable donations and just her work in general. which is awesome. Shout out to Dolores for doing that. She gets all of the women together at David's place. Yeah, her boyfriend's place.
And he's not there.
And he's not there. But Frank was. What was he doing?
She's throwing this party as if she lives there, and she doesn't. But like David, I feel like there was a time where David came in and he's like, oh, I love this, like, or something like that. Like he's like, this is nice or whatever. And I was like, you're not even here to celebrate. Like he left, and maybe he had to go to work or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. And Frank was there.
It was weird. Yeah, I just felt bad because like there was a presentation and he wasn't there, but Frank was there, and Frank was there crying.
Like Frank was crying.
He was so moved by it, and I just think that that's so weird that like your partner's not there, but your ex-husband is there, and he's there showing so much more emotion.
Right.
It's a little weird. But yeah, Dolores does convince David to stay for a moment so like the girls could see him for a second, but then he ends up leaving for work.
And he leaves. Yep, he leaves.
So like, weird.
Okay.
So eventually the girls all show up except for Teresa. Jackie shows up, but Teresa can't make it because she has like a softball tournament to go for her daughter. But yeah,
Jackie's annoying. Sorry,
Jackie is annoying. Jennifer ends up sharing what happened the night before to Jackie, and Margaret kind of shares her concern of Jennifer drinking. Jennifer shares to Jackie what happened at the party, and I just hate that like Margaret in the confessionals is like throwing like shade about Jennifer drinking. I'm like, it wasn't that serious. Like, yes, she had like a moment, but she doesn't have like those tragic moments.
It's not every single time.
Yeah.
And this is honestly like, I don't know, probably like the second or third time I've seen her kind of like wasted like that. Maybe even like the second, I feel like.
Yeah, but she's amongst her friends. She's not with her children.
Fun. She's not driving, like.
Yeah, she's doing it responsibly. And I think Margaret is projecting like what she went through as a child with her mother on Jennifer, and I don't think that that's fair.
We all have drunk moments.
Like, I have many.
So many, like.
Yeah.
Jennifer got drunk in front of her friends. That's what I wrote down. Like, and that's tea.
These are facts. Eventually, Melissa inserts herself and is messy as fuck. She asks Dolores why she doesn't live with David, and it pisses me off that she would ask this at Dolores's event. Like, can you just leave her alone for this moment? Like, but Dolores does make up an excuse for it. I just don't think that it's something that she should be bringing up at, Dolores' celebration.
Like a party.
Yeah. And, Melissa ends up saying a backhanded compliment. You may not live in the house or get a ring on it, but you shine. You shine like no one else does. And I'm like,
what does that even mean?
What does that even freaking mean? Dolores, she shows the house off to the ladies because she did build it. And Melissa asks, how many days a week do you have sex with David? And I'm just like, why are you working so hard for your check right now? Like, why are we being so messy?
Like, why are we asking that?
Right. But, it's interesting because Dolores has a closet in the house. But
she just has a closet, that's it. But Frank has a room. So make that make sense.
It's a little weird, too. The whole dynamic is so confusing to me.
Something that Jackie said, I don't want any trouble with Teresa.
Yeah, because they're talking about how they're ready to go to the shore. So I think Melissa brings up to the ladies, hey, let's go to the Jersey Shore. And then Jackie's like...
She says but like... Yeah. It sounds like you do want trouble. You've been wanting trouble. You told her to stick an olive branch up her ass. This is why Jackie's annoying. This is why.
Yeah, Jackie... Yeah, she got a bad edit this season. No, it's not even that. She's looking a little sad this season. But yeah, so we move on from Dolores' celebration, and the girls are now getting ready to go to the shore. We cut to Jennifer getting ready and Bill sharing that Margaret's husband, Joe, says he heard the rumor about Jackie's husband, Evan, to Jennifer. And Jennifer's like shocked, obviously.
Yeah. And then it cuts to Jackie getting in a van with Margaret and Joe, headed to the shore. I remember saying that.
It does cut to that. And then Teresa eventually says that her divorce is being filed today.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, dang, like it's kind of crazy how I sign a piece of paper and it, bam, boomish, gone.
Yeah.
I don't know what I just said. How about you cut that? But yeah, she was just saying, like, you know, if you write on this paper, everything's
all
over.
gone, yeah.
Which is kind of sad if you think about it.
It is really sad, and like after all that Teresa has been through in this marriage, like she deserves somebody to like take care of her. And I mean, Joe was doing that for a while, but it was just like illegal the way he was doing it, and I don't know. But she deserves somebody to take care of her, and it's also nice to her.
You know what's crazy is Dolores was saying that a lot too during the ride. She's like, Teresa, you deserve, I can't wait till you have a man that treats you like gold. And like Jennifer threw some shade in the confessional and was like, it's funny that she's saying that to Teresa, but she's not realizing that about herself.
Applying that to herself, yeah.
And I was like, that's tea, Jennifer. But yeah, eventually Jennifer shares that at the guys' night, Margaret's husband Joe says he heard the rumor too, and Teresa, she told this to Teresa, right? So Teresa is feeling very validated.
Yeah,
she's like, finally, thank you.
And like, remember when, I think like at the beginning of the season, when someone had said to Teresa, like, I don't know if it was on her Instagram or if it was on just like a Bravo fan page's Instagram, but just saying like, we need to like let this cheating scandal go, like just let it go. And Teresa commented back saying, keep watching. So like, I think this is probably why. Because like Joe was the one who also said that he heard it, which is yikes.
We move on. Oh no, Frank says in the confessional, I have to say this, Frank says that this is a bomb waiting to go off, and he's like, I'm staying out of it, like, because he was in the car, because he was the one who participated in boys' night, and he didn't say anything. He was just like, which is a smart man.
I just think boys' night, girls' night, like, isn't that stuff just confidential?
It should be.
Well, it should be.
But if I'm married to my husband, like, if
I would share it with him, but like,
I wouldn't share it amongst the group.
No, I would be pissed if like something that I shared with my husband, if he shared that with like with everyone else. I'd be like, hey, you actually weren't supposed to know that.
Yeah.
So what makes you think that everyone else is supposed to know, and everyone else is supposed to know that you know?
But the thing is he said it on camera, like.
True.
It's fair game now, like. According to Bravo, that's what I hear. So yeah, the girls make it to the shore. Just so y'all know, Teresa is staying with Dolores, and Teresa, Dolores, and Jennifer are staying together. Melissa, Jackie, Margaret are staying together, so they're separate. But the girls make it to the shore. Teresa gets a call at Dolores's place at the shore home, saying someone is ready to look at the home, and she's getting hot and she's so excited about it, and she tells the girls, her daughters, about it, and she had like a really emotional moment.
Yeah, she's really close with them. It's so sweet. Like, she really loves her daughters. She really does.
Loves her daughters.
She really do.
And then the girls end up arriving at Dolores's home. Teresa, Jennifer, and Dolores end up making dinner for everyone, and which is a cute moment. It was like really cute. Anyway, so we move on. All the girls arrive at Dolores's home for dinner, and Teresa comes out of nowhere and is like, "I got gifts, gifts for everyone." This is the first moment that Teresa and Jackie are in the same place. She gives the gifts, and everyone, to their surprise, gets a dildo. Because, you know, she is a part of the sex toy company that Josie is part of. And then, you know, Teresa is being messy, and she tells Jackie to shove, maybe she should shove the dildo up her butt.
Like she said about the olive branch.
Exactly. And that was funny.
I cried. Marge was like, that was so bad. Like, why did you say that? I was like, shut up. That was funny. Like,
Margaret is talking a lot of shit about Teresa in the confessionals.
Like,
have you noticed that?
Yeah. Like, okay, maybe it was messy. But like, fucking Jackie deserves it. Like, she's out here saying, go shove the olive branch up your ass. And then, like, when her and Teresa were in the same room, she seemed all, like, scared and, like, timid. Like, bitch, aren't you a lawyer? Didn't you say that you were winning? Like, all this stuff? Like,
right.
You look a little bitch made right now. Just, you look a little bitch.
Yeah. So the girls end up having, or everyone ends up having dinner, including the husbands, and Frank. Mm-hmm. Bill's not there, Evan's not there, and they're all having dinner, and then Teresa ends up telling everyone, yeah, my divorce is final. Teresa wants her brother and Melissa to take the words back that they
said about Joe.
Exactly. Saying that Joe would be a disaster during divorce when he was actually very peaceful.
Yeah. And then I think it went back to a clip of the reunion from last year, where like Joe Gorga had said, like, I think he's gonna like try to take your money and like all that stuff, and Teresa said he's not gonna do that. Okay, like literally I thought the same thing. So I'm glad that Joe didn't do that. But I think in Joe's mind, in like Joe Giudice's mind, like his daughters come first.
Right.
So.
Yeah, he just, I would understand Joey's concern though, just because Joe Giudice is very problematic.
Sucks,
so
yeah.
I understand why he would feel a little nervous about everything, but I don't think Teresa should tell them to take back their words, because all they were doing
was defending her.
Just like defending you dummy. Anyways, you know, Melissa begins to explain why they believe that he would do that, and then Teresa tells Melissa to shut up. That was hilarious. And then they get in, and then Margaret comes out of nowhere and tells Teresa what she did earlier to Jackie was no good. And Jackie's in the background saying, hey, like, let's stop talking about it. Let's stop talking about it. Which is like fair, because she doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, like she's not trying to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, bring any life to it. And then Teresa's messy ass brings up what Joby said, Margaret's husband said at boys' night, and Margaret freaks out on her husband. Like she yells at him.
Did you do it? Yes or no? Did you do it?
And then he's obviously like, no, I didn't.
I didn't. Yeah.
And then Jennifer is in the background saying, he said it. Bill told me. And Margaret freaks out.
She's like, were you there?
Exactly.
Like,
were you there?
Like, Bill said it, so why don't you take this up with him? Like,
yeah.
He was there with Joe, so why would I just make this up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was on Jennifer's side. Like,
me too.
I understand you're trying to defend your husband. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I'm sure she probably gets really protective when it comes to Joe. Yeah. As a good wife should, but
yeah,
like, this is, Jennifer didn't just make this up. Like, she said it was from her husband.
Yeah.
So direct your anger somewhere else, honey. Right.
Margaret's just doing a lot of defending for Jackie, which she's just a good friend of Jackie, obviously. But eventually, Jackie says Teresa treats everyone like shit, and then Teresa asks everyone at the table if she treated them like shit, and Margaret's like, yes, you had my hair pulled. Melissa's like, yes, you called me a stripper 9 years ago.
Before like all of that, I remember like, wasn't like Teresa telling Jackie like, I'm confident, you're not, like, I don't want anything to do with you. And I think like,
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I was so engulfed in that moment. I didn't write it down, but yeah, that happened. And then, you know, Jennifer doesn't understand why Margaret got mad at her when she was the messenger. Mm-hmm. And Melissa did confirm that happened. And we didn't hear like any apology from Margaret for any of that. She was just yelling at her. You know, Jackie at this point is really over this rumor. And then Teresa continues to go off. Like, she says that she's a confident person and Jackie is not. And then Jackie's like, did you get that confidence in jail?
And Teresa's
Which is
like, yeah, I went to
bomb
jail.
drop.
And
Bomb drop.
then she called and then she called Jackie a nasty bitch. And I was like,
okay.
I was low key like, yeah.
Yeah. And then Teresa was so pissed off. She walked out and she's like, you're gonna have this bitch in your home to Melissa and Joe. And then that's the end of this episode.
She was crazy.
Yeah. Then they leave us on this like crazy cliffhanger of when shit's about to pop off. Of course, you know. And
we will continue that in our next episode, which is going to be Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 11, episode 7. Because that
stay
episode,
tuned.
yeah, it's
she's
a doozy.
Coming. Yeah, she's coming. We're wearing the same clothes. We're doing it back to back.
Exactly.
Like Drake did in that one song. Yeah. Anyways, yes, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to our channel. You know, give us a comment. Tell us what you thought about this episode. We want to hear it. We're going to comment right back. Check it out. Check all the comments out in all the other videos. I respond.
Exactly.
Come on. Come comment. Yes, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next upload.